Hey everybody, so today I want to talk about Royal Blood OP10 because honestly it doesn't seem like it's getting the best reception after release. I believe it came out a couple weeks ago at this point, and boxes are coming down, and I think this is going to open up an opportunity to invest into this. You guys know I prefer to put most of my money into the best sets, but a lot of people have different philosophies. They just want to invest in every single set and ride the wave upwards, putting most of their faith just in the IP in general and the scarcity over time. And I think buying this box around $100, $90, something like that, maybe even $110, it's going to be a decent long-term investment. Now, the question is how low it will go. And right now, you can see after release, this thing's gone from, I believe it released around here, 135-ish, down to around $115. Again, I don't know how low it's going to go. When we look at two Legends, it's really not much lower than this. It's $90-ish, and this has kind of been on the rise from the 70s. I would say Royal Blood is probably a better set than two Legends, so I don't know if this is going to reach into that $90, $80 range. It could in theory, and one thing that would push it downwards is OP10 is kind of stuck in between two very good sets. I think OP9 is probably one of the best sets we've gotten so far, and OP11 is looking fairly decent as well. You combine this with just general market trends and the economy taking a little bit of a hit, and you reach a situation where this box could kind of be forgotten about for a while. So I would recommend, if you guys do want to pick up a little bit of this, maybe wait till it hits about that $100 price point. If you want to buy now, that's fine. I do think it'll probably continue to go lower over the next couple weeks, but I really don't see it hitting to Legends level. Now, if we look at some of the cards in this set, it's not a super deep set. You have the Trafalgar Law manga up top. You have Osuhachi, Edward Newgate, and these are some decent cards, right? The Law is okay. Nothing too special. It is continuing to pull back and go lower. Most recent sales, I believe, are basically $400. You have one at $425. That was from yesterday. But most of the sales prior to that, over the last couple days, week or so, have been right at that $400 price point. We should keep an eye on this, see if it goes any lower. It's very rare to see manga cards go below that $300-$400 level. I don't think it's ever actually happened in a couple sets. So maybe it'll happen in this set. I doubt it, though. It's probably going to stay around here somewhere in that $400 range. But keep an eye on it, see what happens there. The Osuhachi sitting around 170. People are, kind of liking this card, I guess, because it is holding and is... Oh, okay, sales data is not working. TCG Player is out there. But same thing with the Edward Newgate. These cards are selling consistently in these ranges that they're holding in. So the Edward Newgate especially selling around 165, 170. Great artwork too, by the way. I really do enjoy this artwork, so I can see why this is kind of a popular card outside of, who the character is and outside of rarity and everything like that. The Divine Departure, this card is continuing to pull back, but I do like the artwork of this. So I would recommend for people to keep an eye on this card just to see if it does bottom out. It could be an interesting card to potentially pick up in the future. And then I always recommend in sets, just look at waifu, right? The reality is, if a set has some decent waifu cards, at a certain price point, they're probably going to be worth picking up. This card's sitting around $27, $28 right now. Again, sales data isn't working, but I'm pretty sure it's still in that range. Again, I don't collect singles, guys, but I do try and keep track of some cards that I think are interesting. Also, the regular alternate art law card, not the manga rare, but we should be keeping an eye on this. We've already seen it kind of bottom out around that $50, $55 range, now selling back closer to $60. Again, TCG Player today is acting up a little bit, so we can't see all the sales data. But this is pretty normal for a new release set. You're going to have the boxes come down after release, especially on TCG Player. Some merchants that can sell on TCG Player before the box hits the open market, they can basically list whatever they want. So once that box hits the open market, everyone can list. Normally the prices come down. So this is not anything too crazy. You shouldn't be alarmed about this, but I wouldn't be buying this box at like $130, $120. I would try and wait out and see if you can get a better price on it. Another thing I wanted to touch on in this video is Paramount War has officially crossed that $200 threshold on TCG Player. And most recent sales, we've showed this a couple times, but it is continuing to move up into that $220-ish range. One sale from today, $227.98. Again, set isn't too crazy outside that Ace manga card, which I think is great. I really do like this card. I enjoy it. I think this is going to be a chase card for a long time that people will want to try and open packs to get. Outside that, you have a Smoker in here, you have a Garp, you have another Edward Newgate, Sanji, so some decent characters. I believe we've just seen, I don't even know how to pronounce this person's name, Magellan, has overtaken Kuzan as the sixth most expensive card in the set. So that's interesting to see. Again, keep an eye on Paramount War. Also, Pillars of Strength is getting very close to $200, so I imagine I might be making a video in a couple days talking about that as well. And the final thing I wanted to touch on in this video is these illustration boxes, Volume 1 and Volume 2. If you guys have seen my short from today, I posted one. I did order a couple of these, one of each, and then I ordered 2 more of the Volume 1s, just because I think long term, the Volume 1 will probably do a little bit better than Volume 2, just because of the promo cards in Volume 1. If you guys don't know what these are, it's kind of like a Pokemon collection box, I guess. You get a few packs inside, a variety. Not the best packs. You get 2 OP6 and 2 OP8, so 2 Legends and Wings of the Captain. Wings of the Captain's all right, I guess. 2 Legends is meh. But, I mean, you're really just buying these for the promo cards. In Volume 1, you have the Boa Hancock, which is sitting around $5.30 currently, and you have the Onami, which is a couple dollars. And then in Volume 2, you have Black Maria. This card's around $4.50, $4.60. I wonder if it's selling in that range. It is selling consistently in that range all day, every day. And then you have Yamato. So that's Volume 2. This card isn't as expensive. So again, I do think that the Onami and Boa Hancock in Volume 1 is probably going to be the better box that you should go with long term. And you can kind of see it's $1 higher, maybe, yeah, 95 cents, something like that right now. I think over time it will pull away. Again, I don't think you go crazy into stuff like this, illustration boxes, collection boxes. If you guys know me from Pokemon, I really don't enjoy buying this stuff, but just because it's a newer thing in One Piece, I figured I'd get a little bit of exposure to it, and also just because people like waifu cards in One Piece a lot more than they do in Pokemon to a certain extent, especially if they're attractive artworks, I guess you could say. So that's the last thing I want to talk about. If you guys do live in Canada, I think Walmart.ca has these still up for MSRP, $32.94 Canadian. So it comes out to like $39.20 or 10 cents or something. Also, just thank you to everyone for supporting the channel. I think we passed 100 subs today. And believe me when I say this, guys, we're just getting started. If you know me from the Pokemon investing channel, I'm going to try and put out content basically every day about One Piece, and we're really just going to be starting something here, and we'll all start our journeys together, and hopefully, however you want to spend your time in this hobby, it's more fruitful after you watch these videos. Hopefully you learned something. And speaking of learning something, I did just want to issue a correction on one thing, because someone wrote a comment down below. So again, if you guys can confirm all this, I thought there were differences with copyright, so the cards were slightly different, or some of the writing on it would be slightly different. Apparently, it just has to do with maybe there's a symbol for the distributor that's different. Someone wrote that in the comments, but the cards are apparently the same. So again, I probably still wouldn't be buying these if I had the option. I would just go for the ones that were meant for North America, because I think long term that's probably what's going to do best. But if you're opening the packs, it doesn't seem like the cards are going to be any different. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Again, thank you so much for watching the videos. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.